Okay, here it goes. We're on OG Every Champ P. Hello, everybody. DG readers, supporters, pro-lifers, Dre's, Dreettes, Drets. Let's see. I woke up this morning and I was thinking to myself, risk. Capital RISK, risk. And I was like, that's something no one is ever going to get around. It doesn't matter, when you're 30. It doesn't matter if you're 35, male or female, in between, trans. That's why I say Dre's, as in male, dreads, females, trans, dreads. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get married and have kids. It doesn't matter if you adopt a pet. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what zip code you live in, what area of town you live in. From 18 to 80, having a sense of humor, from 18 to 80 or even 100, you are forever going to have to be faced with risks. I was thinking risks. If I were having a conversation with someone, and also help educate myself, because I learned that from mentors and school teachers. They don't say things out loud for no reason. They say things out loud to see if it makes sense to them, and they also learn that way. Etc., etc., as well as you learn writing and recording and etc. Sometimes you learn from yourself. So here it is, risks. Most people would agree, as an 85 to 100% people would agree, and I'll try to make this recording short. The word predictable, regardless of what money you make a month, regardless of its Social Security, retirement, veterans, unemployment, a job that requires a degree, whatever it is, or you hit the lottery and you're living off the lottery, whatever it is, most people, I think, would agree, would raise their hand. 8 out of 10 people in a room, male and female, and in between, would raise their hand, agree with saying life's predictable with the money you make, right? Let's just raise our hand. It's predictable. But let's say you have a doctor appointment, a dentist appointment, an emergency, family emergency, or the car breaks down. Okay, if you have a job, you already know your check's going to be less the next time you get paid, whether it's once a week or twice a week or whatever. Most people would raise their hand. Yes, you can predict. You can predict how the month's going to go. So you can predict how the month's going to how it's going to go if you're working 5 days or 6 days a week regularly, and you can predict how the month is going to go as far as your activities and the things you're going to do and bills if you make less. Most people would agree to that, right? Let's go to the third level. I just displayed A, predictable regular income. B, predictable if you make less. But what about C? What about category 3? What about people that throw the dice, people that think out of the box, whether it's a job opportunity, whether it's making a connection, or whether it's playing lotto, such as $1 a week or $5 a week? What about them? Is life predictable? They would say to some degree. It's predictable if you don't get the job. It's predictable if you don't make the connection or keep the connections. That's predictable. But it's unpredictable if you do get the job. It's unpredictable if you do make the connection and keep connections. And it's very unpredictable if you're playing a $5 scratch off, whether you get your money back. Okay, that's unpredictable. It's unpredictable if you break even at $5, but it's very unpredictable if you were to make something like $5,000, because some scratch offs pay that much. Yeah, I think most people would agree. So I'm learning that thinking out the box isn't just what we were taught. Thinking out the norm. Thinking out the box means taking risk, and that's something everyone's going to have to do from 18 to 80. From 18 to 80. And my dad's 91. He has to take risks. He has to make decisions sometimes. So yeah, that's just life. There's no way around that mountain. You try to think, man, is there a way that I can get around this mountain without taking risks? Nope. You got to face it every day. So that's something I want to share with someone, as well as I share myself. That's something, it's kind of like the joke I say there's only two guarantees in life, and that's number one, bill collectors and you meeting your maker, or bill collectors and bad hair days, or bill collectors and child support. Okay, here's another one. There's only two guarantees in life: bill collectors and bad morning breath. But never forget, with that, the number one guarantee in life is everyone is going to have to take risks. And I think back when I came here 20 years ago, man, I used to always come to Galleria and visit, to make a super long story short, and dress up. And, I used to come on my one day off on a Sunday, and I would be waiting to catch the bus, dress real nice, to go back to the part of town where I was living. And I said, man, it'd be so nice if I could just live here just for 3 months, just to see what it's like. Because I've never, I've never lived in a place that's like a tourist attraction. I've lived in nice places when I was in LA with my mom downtown, and I've lived in nice neighborhoods in El Paso with my grandmother, but I've never lived in a tourist attraction where I've never seen Lamborghinis and expensive cars, Rolls Royces, other than on television, Ferraris and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. High end restaurants. I said, there's no way I'd ever be able to afford to live here. So when I was getting ready to move, blah blah blah, the story about that from the part of town that I was living, I imagined myself, well, if I come here to look for an apartment, because I got turned down from other places for other reasons. And I said, if I come here, well, I got to have a car, number one. I got to be well dressed, number two, and I got to be with someone, because that's called a good impression, a good first impression. I said, man, well, what if, because I lost my car, and it's like, I don't know who I can bring with me that's gonna be a good representative that can take a day off from work, blah blah blah. I said, what if I just come as I am? That'd be insane. That'd be crazy. No car, no suit and tie, no representative. I came with my lucky white tennies, my blue jeans, that had a slight crease in them, my tucked in button shirt, clean shave, and ball cap. That's what I came on foot off the bus. And I met a lady, apartment locator. Her name was Mary, real nice lady. She even showed me the apartment, but something was holding me back. But she said, it's okay. I'll introduce you to someone who accepts your situation. And voila, never would I believe 20 years ago I'm telling this story, because the average person that makes, man, let's just say some digits, okay, 6 figures, 7 figures, only stay in the places like the Galley 3 years. I've been here 20 years. So all praise to, the creator. So that's all I would say about that. Life is a risk, and you're forever going to have to take risks. It doesn't stop at age 30. No. Champ about legacy. Thank you for your time. Let it sing.